Hello, everybody. Today is November the 11th. Oh, actually, the 17th. And as always, we're going to tell the pen story. This pen story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into what something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So, are you ready? Let's get started. What is this? It's a pen. What do we use this pen for? To write. And now there's a dog inside the room. I'm going to wave this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, but for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is correct in the human world, and that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me, so I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Always becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very important definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in life, just like Ishii Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build business with a revenue of $250 million a year. He also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table, and when there is no human, no dot, it come back to true self, and we call it the emptiness. However, as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time. What does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing where there is no human, no dog, it comes back to true self, and we call it the emptiness. However, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that, and that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, move on to the third lesson, okay? I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me, or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself in the dog or anything in this entire universe, we have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. And that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. So moving on to the fourth lesson. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind, and I'm going to wish this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are certain inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls karma. When we see something, the settings might pop up, open up, and cover this thing and make me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind. So who planted the seed into my mind previously? Only me can plant the seed in, only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can I do it? By three ways: by my word, by my action, by my thoughts, especially when I try to help other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say, yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this pen will open up and both me and my friend will see it. And it start living work in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has been planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up, and cover this thing and make me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen or anything still others become what I believe they are to others. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is along with the emptiness we all have, limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of within everyone around you, and just the potential whatever happened to you. Don't blame anyone because in the end, and then and then every moment that happened in your life is a magical moment because in that very moment, anything can happen. So, treasure that moment, treat that moment as a magical moment. And the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So be 100% responsible to whatever happened to you. Don't blame anyone because in the end, you are the only one who can plant the seed into your mind. And that gets us to the fourth lesson on how to create or manifest our dream life. By knowing, first you have to know what you want in your dream life. And second, you start planting those seeds into your mind using your word, your action, your thoughts. So if you want to have happiness, then make sure that you plant the seed of happiness using your word, your action, your thoughts, helping yourself and other people to be happier. If you want to have wisdom, then using your word, your action, your thoughts, you plant the seed, you see, making yourself and other people get wiser. And just keep doing that. While we're doing that, we start planting a seed, and then there's one day that that's gonna come back to you, right? So that is the reason you're gonna do it. That is and that is how you're gonna create and manifest your true love in a very certain way by knowing what you want and planting it using your word, your action, your thoughts to work yourself and other people. And with that, I want to end today's lesson with a very important lesson that I keep reminding myself every single day is that your word, your action, your thoughts with yourself and any other people at this very moment is what gonna create or manifest or dictate your future life. So making sure you be very mindful and be very, very cautious of what you think, what you talk, and what you act toward yourself and other people. Because again, that is the material to create the life in your future. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that there are two lessons actually. The first lesson is that I met my buddy who she's my weekly buddy, and we talk about different things. And one thing that she was sharing is that one of her coworker who having trouble with emotional regulation and emotional intelligence. So he sometimes it's very hard for him to control the tempo. And if anyone wants to go like raise their voice and then voice their opinion, especially when it is against his idea, all he wants to do is to strangle them. And then her advice is to listen to Sakura the teacher. And and then one of these days those gonna come to him, and then and he will know how to treat other people when he actually like when there's a certain situation happen, and then he treat and then he follow what Sakura said, and and he get the result. That is when he's gonna flourish in him and he's gonna start following Sakura. But for now, just listen to Sakura and his wisdom, because a lot of that is showing you on how to treat other people, how to be better with other people. And when Thor was sharing with me that story, I was thinking about the pen story lesson actually, because I keep thinking all the lesson in the pen story actually like echoing is the solution, the perfect solution to that problem. Because first, if we know the first problem is that if you acknowledge that both are corrupt, that person, they have to be a reason for them to voice their opinion, especially when it is against his opinion. Then if he acknowledge that, accept it, then he know that both are correct, so he respect his opinion, the other people opinion, and then he's gonna be less angry and be more accepting. And then if the second part is that if he know that everything is actually coming from his mind, right? It's coming from his action, his word, and his thought. So if he choose, it's all up to him how he choose to perceive other people opinion, whether he can see that they are against his opinion, or they can see that, oh, this is their opinion, they have different opinion, and it's my job to be able to compromise them, make them understand what am I doing, and compromise to get to the best solution. Or and then he worked toward that, and so that, and he talked toward that. But again, if it's all up to his thought, his action, and his work to other people, whether he choose to do it or not, is gonna be what create his future. So once when he's really into him, that is when he will be able to control his temper. And I actually feeling very grateful to be able to tell the pain story every single day, because by telling the pain story as well, sharing you my lesson, it actually get into me day by day. So I know that, I know how to use my words more carefully. My thoughts to other people also have to be more selective, more carefully, and then as well as my action. So, it's not about other people, it's all about me, how I can create, how I can make it into a better solution. And I feel very, very grateful to be able to do that and have that kind of wisdom. And I think that's the lesson that I would like to share with you all today. Thank you everyone for listening to me. Thank you, Anand, for accompanying me in this 2,000-day journey. And if by me sharing with you my pen story or my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my clients, to my neighbors, or to any living thing in this world or any other words with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye, everyone.